everyone, my name's Tracey. I'm a birth and postpartum doula with Ridge Meadows Doula Services, as well as a breastfeeding educator. Today I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about a few things you can do to get breast or chest feeding off to a great start. Now, many things with breastfeeding are out of your control. You have a new baby that you have to learn the skill of breastfeeding and looking after that baby, as well as other things can play a part of not having a successful breastfeeding relationship. But there are a few things you can do just to keep in the back of your mind to do things to get off to a good start. So a lot of people do lots of research into their pregnancy and their birth preferences and their health provider, but then they stop looking into the postpartum stuff, including feeding their baby. So you can grab a couple books about breastfeeding. The ones I recommend are really good. The first one is called Womanly Art of Breastfeeding, and it's by Leche International. And the second one is by Dr. Jack Newman, called Guide to Breastfeeding. Both these books are really easy to read and really comprehensive. They start from the moment baby's born all the way until the weaning age. There's also a great support group called the Leche League. These groups meet in person and online, and you can go to these meetings prenatally and meet the leaders so that you have a number and a face to contact if you need some support, as well as listen to everybody else talk about their breastfeeding experiences so you can learn from them as well. Now, in the third trimester, you'll start producing something called colostrum. This colostrum is their early milk, and it's all a baby needs for the first few days until mature milk is developed. Colostrum is really thick and really sweet, and it's perfect for lining your baby's intestine, which actually has some holes in it when babies are born still. Colostrum is actually also filled with antibodies, which really helps babies, especially right now. So sometimes when babies are born, they may need some supplementation. Either their sugars aren't right, or they're not latching properly, or just not getting enough milk that they need. Unfortunately, right now, BC Milk Bank is really low. So even though your choices are donated breast milk or formula, usually right now it's only formula. So something you can do if you're wanting to is learn how to hand express your colostrum. I recommend everyone learns how to hand express just because you usually get a lot more milk from hand expression than using a pump. Pumps can kind of make you feel like you're a cow and that you're being milked. So you're watching those bottles, you're waiting to see how much milk you can express, and it actually blocks the oxytocin flow, which is what lets your milk let down. So by using your own hand and learning to hand express, and there's lots of videos on YouTube in order to learn how to do that, you're actually getting the oxytocin flowing more, and so more milk should let down in theory. So around 37 weeks is perfectly safe to start hand expressing your own colostrum, and you can actually freeze those little bits that you get out and bring it to the hospital with you when you have your baby. So if your baby does need some supplementation, you can feed your own colostrum to baby with a syringe. The next point I want to talk about is positioning. So when baby's born, the most common position I always see parents try and the healthcare providers teach them is the cross cradle position. So that's when you're holding baby like this and you're nursing like this. This is actually my least favorite position. That's because most parents end up being really hunched over like this, which is not comfortable at all and not relaxing. You want to sit back, be relaxed while you nurse your baby. The second reason I don't like this position is because you're actually holding baby's head, and babies' heads do not like to be touched when they're nursing. You're also not even realizing it, but you're pushing baby's head into your breast, actually bending their neck forward. And when babies are trying to nurse like this, they can't get control of their tongue very well, and they don't get enough milk. What you want is baby's neck to be really long, their chin to be almost digging into your breast, and their nose off your breast so they can breathe. So my two favorite positions that I want to teach all my clients are the laid back position and the side laying position. So with the laid back position, you're propped up either in bed or on a comfy chair and sofa, lots of pillows around you so that your arms can be out like this. You have baby tummy to tummy on your chest. Now you can support baby, but gravity will hold them on. You can have them in the nook of your arm like this if you want, just so that they're in the right area, and then they'll latch by themselves. Babies are actually born with all the instincts on how to nurse and how to latch themselves. They just need a little guidance sometimes. The second position is side laying, and it's exactly how it sounds. You're laying side by side with baby on a safe sleep surface. Your arm is wrapped around baby just to support them again. You're not moving their head towards you, you're just letting them latch on their own when you're laying in bed side by side. This position gives you very restful, and you probably will even be able to fall asleep, which is great to help your recovery in those first few days and weeks. So, second night. Everybody has heard about the second night and how babies tend to cluster feed. Now, cluster feed usually looks like they'll have a nurse, they'll fall asleep, 20 minutes later they'll wake up again and they seem hungry, and they'll want a nurse again. And then half an hour later they'll want a nurse again. And this goes on for quite a few hours before babies finally fall into a deep sleep for a while. Usually people think that this is because they don't have enough milk and babies are hungry. What it actually is happening is babies telling your body to start making more milk and for your milk to transfer into mature milk. So if you step in with a bottle of formula or expressed milk and give that to baby, you're actually stopping that supply and demand mode. You're telling your body that you don't need that extra milk right now, and so it will slow down the process of turning into mature milk. So as exhausting as it is, just keep at the breast, keep nursing, and your milk will transfer to mature milk very quickly. Artificial nipples. So artificial nipples count as soothers, nipple shields, and bottle nipples. All these things do play a role in your breastfeeding journey. However, a recommendation is to withhold any and all of them for 4 to 6 weeks. The rule of thumb is if every nursing session is going perfectly, baby latch is perfect every single time, then you and your family can choose to introduce one of these if you want to. The thing is, with using artificial nipples, baby might become too used to that nipple, and we know no nipple looks like a human nipple. By using bottles, babies get nipple preference, so they choose to like the nipple of the bottle better, and it's usually because milk comes out faster and easier with a bottle, and of course they're going to choose the easier option anytime. There are plenty of ways to feed babies without introducing a bottle. You can use an eyedropper, a syringe, a feeding tube, a supplementary nursing system, a cup, a spoon, and again, there's plenty of YouTube videos to show all those ways of feeding your baby. In closing, I just want to say that breastfeeding, even though it's natural, it is a skill, and many people have to really work in order to learn this new skill. You have to get to know your baby, you're recovering from your labor and your delivery, and so give yourself a few minutes, a few days, a few weeks to really learn how to breastfeed. If you need any help, please reach out to a late league leader, a breastfeeding educator, or an IBCLC, which is an International Board Certified Lactation Consultant. These people are the ones you want to reach out for, especially if breastfeeding is hurting or uncomfortable in any way, which it should never be. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video, and have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.